Okay. I like it. You're here in quiet tunnels. 3 dead snake monsters and Erevail very much turned to stone.
Well,
I take it your magic was not successful, Gilwyn.
And I'm in no shape to carry him out of here right now. I have to rest before I can go on.
I'll cast. I can't. Fuck. I simply cannot. Fuck
You
it,
can
I'll
always
cast
rest
Healing
here.
Word at 3rd level.
On him or on Indira?
On Indira. Whatever. Do the best I can.
10 points of healing. It's not nothing. That's enough to, close the
That's an
wounds
entire
and
common
snake
person.
bites and things. Yeah. Well, exactly. Yeah.
You poured the vitality of a common man into her.
Sounds like a fun night.
Okay, I can move, but I cannot fight if we come into contact with anything dangerous. And I would have to drop him and risk breaking him.
Oh my god, this is a field day for sass for Vale. It hurts.
I am still healthy. I'm sure if there are any average beasts in the forest, I would be able to deal with them. As she says this, Serena is actually going to go to the Medusa, and she wants the dress and jewelry.
It's funny you say that because in this area, there's actually 4 other shop dummies with equally extravagant finery.
Oh, she would absolutely take one. She would absolutely take a set of that.
It's all not only just extremely over the top fashion, but some of it appears to be specifically drow jewelry with spiders and snakes and things like that, made specially for her. One suit seems to be much more regular elven finery wear for a noble woman or something like that. There's a lot of stuff here if you wanted to look around.
I mean, Serena very much wants to look around.
You can do it while they're trying to work. They're kind of like stunned, trying to work out what's going on. You could loot the place.
I'm gonna loot the place. Yeah.
Okay.
Investigation check or just general?
Nah, you're
Not
just
necessary.
you're just gonna get some stuff. Okay. When you're going around while they're trying to work out what to do next, and while Indira, bandages up the worst of the wounds, drinks water to cure the poisons going through her and stuff like that. There's quite a few things here. When you piece together all the coins in small coin purses, some in boxes, some in little hideaways and things, it's 2,800 gold altogether. There is a potion that is very clearly a healing potion. They come in very shapes and forms, but the smell is always vaguely familiar. But there's like a silver finery around this bottle, and it says it's a potion of supreme healing.
Frig.
There is another potion. It's kind of kept in the same place. It's kind of a darkish, brackish kind of grey with a... You know how, layers of liquid separate? Kind of in the middle, in a kind of a ball, is this kind of pinkish liquid in the middle of the potion. No matter how much you shake it, it always reforms like that. It's not got a label. And then there's the 8 fine quality outfits with their jewelry and stuff like that.
I could probably only take one realistically, as I don't really have much in the way of bags and such like.
Mm-hmm. Just put it on.
Yeah, basically.
Kill the bitch and steal her clothes.
I realise you two are contemplating what to do about Vale. I would say that if not for high elves, then I imagine the sun elves are accustomed to dealing with foul creatures. They might have some way of doing this. It would also be useful if we could take this creature's head back with us, Indira, if you wouldn't mind obliging. Just for proof, you know. You're muted.
Indira gladly, without a word, just hacks her head off.
Yeah.
Yeah, and Serena's going to gather up the head, and I do not know what manner of effect this is, but I would hazard a guess that the longer he remains in that state, the harder it will be to turn him back, so we should probably make haste.
I don't think it's a good idea for me to travel like this, but
The alternative is I am still healthy. If you want to stay down here and recuperate, I probably have enough magic left to make myself fly for around 10 minutes. I might be able to make it back part of the way to what was it called, Fan Shiraz, and ask them to send out a party.
I think that's a good idea. I think that's the only idea.
In that case, I will...
I hate it, but
Yes,
it's what we
quite.
have.
In that case, I will see you when I see you. And as she goes to leave, she will just put a hand on Gil's shoulder, give a slight squeeze, and then just move off. I can't imagine that a single fly spell is going to get me back to Fan Shiraz.
No, basically, how many fly spells do you want to cast to speed this up? You know?
I only have one spell slot. That can do
Then
it.
you're still going to be a little while. This is probably going to be a long rest, and then, you know, they'll get there when you're done, you know,
Yeah.
instead of a short rest. That's fine, though. So you two can settle down for a long rest. Anything you want to...
What do I do? Actually, I might be able to get a little bit better than that. Sorry, just let me check something. Flexible casting. I can use my sorcery points and burning my remaining first levels to get me a second fly. So I've got 2 flies effectively.
Yep, that's good. Okay. You guys... You guys are taking a long rest. So you're just going to heal full. Unless you want to take a short rest and keep watch for a longer time. But she's... You know how slow...
No, it would be a
she
bad
moves.
idea to move from here if she's coming back.
That's why I figured you'd take a long rest. The thing to remember at long rest and hit dice, though, is that it only recovers half of your maximum hit dice. Just so you remember, it's always a mechanic that is forgotten. It's the balance for like, oh, you can just keep on going and on and on, you know?
Okay.
All right. Is there anything you two would talk about or do while you're doing a long rest? Because it's not all sleep, you know, bandaging, tending wounds, stuff like that. And would it be down here in this part of the ruin in the cave?
Yeah, I would want to stay by Vale.
Yeah, I'd sit cross-legged, like, in front of Vale.
Okay. It is actually quite a ways into the day because you kind of did this very early morning. It'd actually be quite late, although you guys, you have the concept of time, but you're underground, you know. It's not like you can tell that it's nighttime. When Serena returns with a small group of Fanshira soldiers, including Aran Alis, and the witch that made the potions, as well as 2 fully decked out elven knights in that white metal armor. You would hear them coming as they kind of enter the chamber and look around. Aaron will like immediately come up to Vale and just kind of shake his head, kind of like, you know, looking eye to eye with him. This is an unfortunate fate, but something that can definitely be fixed.
I'll shoot to my feet when he says that. Okay. Well?
Well, it's not exactly an easy process. It's not something we've had to do before. We've lost people to this petrification. It's not something we could afford to do before. But if she kind of looks at the Medusa's head that Serena took, and probably still has.
Yeah.
The source of the petrification is done. We can work on creating a cure. Now, I know his people most likely could conjure very strong healing magics to heal him, but that would involve taking him all the way back to High Thundral in such a state. And not only would that insult his honor, it would cost resources, time. I don't think that would be the right choice to make. What we can do, and he kind of looks to the herbalist woman, the potion maker, is make a cure. But that would require some kind of earth elemental or petrification magic of an equal measure. Would the three of you be willing to go out and hunt whatever is needed to be hunted to make a cure?
Anything.
Yes.
Well then, there are rumors of a rampaging earth elemental in the forest's deeper parts near the mountains. Usually elementals are bound to some place, something. I reckon if you could take the magic of that creature that keeps the creature animated and trap it, we could use it to make a cure. No? And looks to the witch, who kind of nods, and she kind of rolls out a scroll of Elvish, kind of written in a slightly bluish ink, and will say, so which one of you is a spellcaster? Any one of you weave magic?
That would be myself or Gil.
If
Serena.
you can find this rampaging elemental, and kind of like holds the scroll to you, this spell can trap its essence. And then we can use it and store it in this, and actually straight up holds you a cut gemstone. And then I can use that to muster curative magics for all who have been malaised.
Very well. Then I think we have a course of action. If either of you two move, Serena just sort of looks at you both and takes the gem and scroll and turns around and moves to leave.
I would just look to Gil.
What are we doing to make sure he doesn't lose a fucking arm?
Well, we could keep him here. He won't go to any further harm if we guard him and the others who have been affected. I have heard stories of adventuring parties dragging their petrified friends with them through all sorts of tales to try and recover them. I think that is unwise, to say the least.
I'll just probably walk away.
Okay. The three of you walk out. One of the knights will kind of like point you in a direction. It's like where the mountains start to crest up, off in that direction is when this thing's last been seen by hunters, mostly.
Did we bring the cart with us to the lake or not?
No,
we
you
didn't.
kept it in Fancharas. No, what?
I
Yeah,
can't
you kept
remember.
it. I think you kept it in Fancharas.
Yeah.
I think we did.
Because it's you're not traveling on roads. You know, it's
fair.
it would slow you down to travel by cart at least. You could maybe get away with horseback, but it wouldn't be easy. So yeah, it's a trek. It's a bit of a trek.
Well, I guess we're going to set out then. Very early on in, or basically as soon as they're a little bit away from the ruins, Serena would sort of hold out the scroll and the gem and say, "Sorry, Gilwyn, did you want to use these or should I?"
Use what? Sorry.
The
Scroll.
the scroll.
Definitely you.
If you are certain.
Okay.
Go on then.
Can one of you give me a survival roll to kind of find what you're looking for?
No one else seems to be doing. Well, no, we've got a survival roll from Gil.
Hey, that's a
good
really good
survival
survival
roll.
roll, actually.
Do we all have the same in survival?
Mine's +5. So.
Oh, okay.
He knows what he's doing.
Yeah. Gilwyn is fueled by desperation.
Stoic determination, actually.
Do. One moment. Ollie has some things to do. He's got to set it up for me and you.
Slice.
Yeah, I'm just stalling for shits and giggles, honestly.
Look at that little troll face. Look at him.
Ooh.
Don't worry, guys. I'm not dead yet. Cheer
That's
up.
Exactly what I was looking for. All right.
Secretly, that's what Indira wants.
No, it is not what she
like-
wants.
Like Vale never wakes up. He's out of the picture.
It is not what she wants.
That's darkness right there. As you follow, this was described to you as a raging elemental that has, just been generally causing chaos. And you start to see signs in the magical forest of trees that have been knocked over and just effortlessly overturned, and similar sights like large cracks in rock, and all of them seem to triangulate around a cavernous entrance to the mountains, up against, where just about where the mountains reach the forest wall in some areas. There's still some trees and plant life that grow above it. But what's interesting about the little cave that you see is that there's definitely habitation. You can see a little sort of ramshackle wooden sort of entryway. It's kind of got like a bit of like an awning over above to give some kind of shade. A couple of boxes that look like they've been through some serious shit, like coated in mud and they're wet and things like that. A couple of upturned logs. You actually see, like a refuse pile of some group of people. They've been eating and throwing away bones and things. There's definitely something alive, and you've never heard of elementals eating anything or building anything.
Is there a presence here at the moment, or is it
Nope.
just
Just sort of like evident, clear signs of civilization.
recent? Is
Yeah,
it
it's.
recent?
Well, actually, why don't you give me a survival check? It is clearly somewhat recent, but you can tell like how recent. Yeah, there's whatever is living in there is still living there. They've thrown out some bones and rotten meat recently, and it's very rotten. It looks like a giant beetle that kind of. Doesn't look like a giant beetle anymore. That's for sure. What's the plan, party?
Well,
I am a little bit concerned about the clear habitation. I do not believe that is the work of an elemental, but it does not change what we are here to do.
So if it's not an elemental, are they going to be able to do?
No, I would be surprised if it is not an elemental, but perhaps it is not alone. Do people worship elementals?
You can give me a religion roll for that. You actually feel there's a noise that kind of sounds like rocks moving, and then there's kind of a rumbling. You have no idea. It's kind of a rumbling that kind of comes from the cavern.
Certainly sounds like what I assume an earth elemental sounds like.
Well, we have a job to do and a sun elf to save. So let's move.
Indeed.
Right. Who's going in first?
Indira.
You walk in and immediately give me a dex save. You have advantage because danger sense. You walk in and your foot kind of steps on a very simple pressure pad. A tiny dart kind of launches from a small hole in the wall. You manage to very effortlessly kind of step back and it twangs into the other side of the wall there.
All right, so we're watching for traps.
Primitive traps, mind. It seems that whatever beings have joined this elemental are not the most advanced. But yes, proceed with caution.
Can I look around for any more of those pads? That might be on the
Yeah,
floor.
please give me perception checks or investigation. Up to you. You actually see that there are kind of littered. This isn't very. It's not paved stone. It's kind of like gravel. And there's some of these sort of very simple stone, little bits of wood and string and things that keep them together, pads, and they're kind of littered. There's clearly a pattern to them. You know, if something lived here, they could very easily pass them, and you can actually be like, oh, watch that, and you can avoid them. It's a little bit more awkward for Serena, who has a really long tail, but she could do it. And with that perception check, you actually start to hear a chattering in a language you don't know, but it's sort of conversations
is
happening
it
far
primordial?
away. No.
No.
Hence a language you don't know.
I'm just checking. It's easy. Given how little primordial comes up, it's possible to forget I speak it.
It can come up a lot sometimes.
Yeah, in the other game.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm going to cast Comprehend Languages.
You cast comprehend language and it goes.
Yeah, no, you give it to me. No, I caught this. I'll eat it. No, you share with everyone. And he's like, no, you don't have to share. You don't have to share.
Not kobolds.
No, he says share. He's our king. He says share.
And then you do hear that kind of rumble noise, and kind of everyone's a little quieter.
Sounds like there's more than one of them and they're bickering.
Well, let's catch them while they're distracted.
Okie dokie. Do. One moment. Me set up a battle map. Sometimes things happen not how I expect. It's been a long time since you've gone. I mean, it's not like you're off the rails right now, but usually I'm like, oh, you know, this is what's potential. Usually I could never predict anything this fucking group of people was going to do. There was a time.
Oh.
And can you wait a second until the right time to roll initiative?
Oh, it's Dicky Dark.
You're in a fucking cave, mate. Also, Dicky Dark? Is that like the sequel to Donnie Darko?
Normal services resumed. I cannot roll initiative.
Wow, that's... Wow. I mean, at least you got it for the boss fight, but Jesus.
Also, just to check, by the way that the roleplay has been going, I assume I haven't had a long rest since the Medusa fight.
Yeah, you wouldn't have. You got there and gone back.
Okay, I have literally no spells. This is going to be fun.
Awesome.
Well, your cantrips do hefty damage, to be fair.
They do. That is true. I just can't crowd control anymore. But oh well.
Are piranhas a cantrip?
No.
Oh.
I have
Okay.
I have Shadow Bolt and one other damaging cantrip. So
Where's my initiative? There it is. Everything's a mess. Ooh. Okay. With that, you're sort of getting closer and closer. You can smell the fire. You can smell they're cooking something. Smells like some kind of meat. Probably, you know, like a pheasant or something. But then one of them, right there, is like, ah! Fish! And you hear the other one like, fish, fish, fish. There's not fish in here. And so points.
guess which one's getting hit by a Shadow Bolt first?
Tiny 2 feet tall kobolds. Little primitive draconid creatures. Will immediately whip up its sling and throw a rock at Serena in Serena's direction. It kind of bounces off the cavern above your head. And that will wake up some of the other kobolds. This one's going to try and attack
kobolds.
at Gilwyn, but it's just a knees. Doesn't really do much. Indira.
I'm gonna rage. And then I'm gonna hit him.
That is a hit. It's cleaved very much apart. It's a very small creature. There's not even much resistance. Just a crunch.
Move to here and attack this one.
Mm-hmm. That is a miss. It kind of dodges to the side, running on all fours, scampering. And at this point, you know, because all the rest of you are just going, but Gilwyn, you hear it go, ah, help, help! And you kind of hear more rumbling from deeper inside.
Jesus.
Yeah, that's the problem with learning the language of primitive creatures. Is it's usually a lot more pathetic than you think it is. Gilwyn, it's your turn.
Okay.
This kobold is scampering away from Indira in front of you.
I'm gonna cast light on my rapier once more.
2020?
2020?
Yeah. Wah!
Oh.
And straight up, like, that makes this kobold fall over with the brightness of the light.
And that is my turn.
Okay, Serena.
Serena just glares at the one that was... I don't know, she wouldn't understand that it was saying fish, would she?
No.
She has no reason particularly to target that one then.
Gilwyn can have a sensible chuckle about it, but no one else.
I mean, it still tried to lob a sling at her, or lob a stone using a sling at her. I'm just going to
Just take the whole sling.
respond with a Shadow Bolt.
That's a hit.
There it is.
Yep, that splattered.
Wow!
It's a kobold. What do you expect?
I know, but I wasn't expecting 6 damage to kill it.
It's a kobold.
It is a kobold. Yeah, okay, fair enough. And yeah, end my turn with that.
Next up is the kobolds. This one is going to disengage and run. Running away. 1, 2, 3. Gonna throw a rock at Indira. It's a hit. Oh, good job. It's gonna do 2 damage, half to 1 damage.
I love kobolds.
And seeing like how you don't react, it's like then just turns and scampers away. At this point, you hear them guys like, "Help! Help! We're under attack! We're under attack!" And then you can feel the rumbling movement in the cavern, and actually in a little bit of primordial you hear, and it's finally, and then a loud cracking, crunching noise, and a stomp, stomp, stomp. As what you see coming up to the edge of the bright light being cast by not only Gilwyn, but the campfire that they have in their little camp, is an earth elemental, just creature made up of rock in a sort of vaguely humanoid shape, but the proportions are almost a little more dwarven, you know. It's very wide, its features are very rough and jagged, and it's kind of pulling itself along. Actually, some areas of it are smooth because this cavern isn't incredibly tall, it's like as tall as it. And it's just kind of marching up towards you to take you on. Indira, go.
So it's made of earth, you say?
Rock.
Damn it. Fine. I never get to do anything cool.
What do you mean?
Mold Earth is not an offensive cantrip. Even if it was, you would be casting it against living Earth, which would be an entirely different thing, you know?
All right. Well, I'm gonna go here. Oh, well, not there. Here.
You bisected like 7 men 4 weeks ago.
Yeah, but I wanted to do something neat, not something fucking brutal. You know what I wanted to be like, yeah, splat.
Well,
dead.
be more
Like, that would've
accurate
been
with your
good.
axe then.
What do you want to do with the rest of your turn, Doxy?
You're a rock. I'm gonna throw my hand axe at it.
Oh, guys,
I want that clipped. Just that exact entire thing. Neil's
Doxy called me
Neil's
a rock,
Neil's you're a rock.
Cool.
You throw the hand axe at it. The metal of the hand axe just straight up shatters. Throwing at a brick wall, essentially. Would you like to do thunder damage to the kobold beneath you?
Yes. Yes, I would.
Damn, that's annoying that broke. Hey, small poor creature.
That's how I cheer myself up. Okay, Gilwyn.
Gilwyn hears it scream and beg.
Yeah, there's a it's just being burnt. Oh, it's not even dead like the other ones. It's still burning with the lightning or going around Indira.
I'll cast Shatter right there.
Ooh.
At 3rd level.
Disadvantage on the save. That's a flawed dice. Flawed dice of a 10. What's your spell save DC?
15.
It saves, so it still takes half damage.
It has disadvantage.
I know, I rolled with disadvantage. One of the dice fucking rolled under my foot. I'll never forget it. This is sad all around, to be honest. You haven't got Veil together to be your rock, you know? Pie's falling apart.
Just you wait till
Oh,
I'm
he's
back.
our rock.
That kills that kobold.
Yeah, no, it does.
That laughter.
The funny thing is, I don't even imagine you like do it deliberately. You cast it on the creature who just kind of like tenses up, and then you just see the other kobold just like fall.
It just screams.
Yeah,
and
just like
just pulls out his ears and eyes.
down to the ground.
Oh, poor little guys. We need a kobold one shot.
I'll turn back to Serena and Inspire and say, "That's the one," and point at the elemental.
Okay, Serena.
I assume that this scroll is basically a scroll of soul trap,
Essence trap, yes.
essence trap. Yeah. In which case, I'm going to need to hit and then maintain it with a bonus action on each of my turns. Correct?
Yes.
Okay. I will attempt to hit this thing with soul trap.
Do you have the range?
I don't have the spell. Like, I suppose I can go grab
You
it quickly.
could have looked it up off the website.
I could have done, but I was being irresponsible.
Because it's quite close range. It's 30 feet, so you don't have to.
Oh, is it?
right now.
Oh, frig.
That's
okay.
why I asked, because it is meant to be you get close, you stay close.
Okay, well, I guess I'm just going to dash then to get closer. And yeah. I mean, I'd have been able to interpret the scroll well enough to know what the spell is. So I would just say to the other two, yes, make sure not to kill it before I get a chance to cast this spell, otherwise it is meaningless.
I don't like how much Neil laughed at that. Okay, kobolds. While Indira is like focused on the elemental, this kobold by you like shanks at your leg. It doesn't pierce the leather of your boot. Not even a little bit. This one will run up to. Oh, that's inside a wall. It'll run up to Gilwyn and hit, dealing 5 damage to you, Gilwyn, as it just like spits up into your face.
That's the kobold champion you face now.
Got a little
On
rat
this
skulls.
day, it became a man.
I have bested 12 rats, you fool. And yet you stand before me.
Next up is the Earth Elemental. And kind of saunters up to Indira and is gonna try to punch her. First attack is a big old miss. Second attack is also a big old miss. She immediately gets up to you, and it's very slow, predictable attacks that you can easily dodge out of the way, which is probably a good thing, because whenever his fists hit the ground, it sends a shock wave and it breaks up the earth. Indira.
I'm gonna hit him.
Mm-hmm.
Remember, accuracy, not power.
That's a miss.
I'm gonna hit him again.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my fucking god.
Oh, the luck is bad. Okay. Anything else you want to do?
I'm gonna at least lightning his ass. Oh my fucking god.
He takes the 1 lightning damage. -1. Gilwyn. I like the dichotomy between Neil's face and Doxy's face in these moments.
Once again, I'm gonna cast Shatter
Mm-hmm.
at 3rd level. There this time.
Yeah. I get you.
3rd level. Oh.
Well, it's good you gave it disadvantage because it fails from the disadvantage. And by you gave it, it has disadvantage. 'Cause made of freaking stone. This time, first time, nothing really happens to it. This time, like huge, like almost like a landslide of rock slides off this thing's shoulders and crunches onto the ground. And that kobold who's running up to try and get the flank is just knocked down by the rock as it launches off. crumples under it.
And I'll. Why not? I'll move one.
Take that attack of take that attack of opportunity.
Is your AC 9?
It's 13.
Yeah, see, that kobold doesn't hit.
Would have killed Lily though.
It would have hit Lily, yeah.
Serena,
Okay.
go.
I am now
we need some
going-
good luck, good damage.
I am now going to cast Essence Trap.
Can
That's
it
for
be
blood,
mine?
the spell. So it needs
Thank
to
you.
make a charisma save.
Guess what they don't have? No charisma. Yeah,
Yay.
you snake up, probably like recline up to like your full height. Read the scroll's magic, which is a little bit difficulty because of its being in Elvish. You don't speak it. Then you see this ethereal line of magic kind of link the two of them, and it kind of like arcs through the air. The creature actually staggers at that, and you can see that the link has very much taken place. Now all you need to do is kill the beast.
Yep.
Okay. Kobolds. Kobold champion. Scampers down, sees you're doing this. Get to 20.
What?
You're casting the spell.
They say.
I told you, kobold champion.
And the kobold just bites onto your tail for a full 9 damage. And hang.
Is Essence Trap concentration in the traditional sense as well? Because it does say it does say duration concentration varies.
Ooh,
But I'm
good
not sure if you
point.
mean it to be.
Yeah, no, it is concentration. It's just not concentration if it, instantly kills something. It's not concentration to keep the soul in there. It's concentration to keep
Okay.
this line going.
Well, I need to roll at least a 3 because I have a +7 mod, so my odds are good.
You're good. Kobold beside Indira is going to disengage and run away. That one is still smoking from when Indira set lightning on it.
Indira looks at it and says, I would too.
It doesn't understand.
Don't care.
It's like when you're talking to your cat.
I care not. I'm a kobold.
Gilwyn, the kobold close to you. It's a miss. The elemental is going to punch Indira. It's gonna hit.
I'm ready.
But you're raging and this is bludgeoning damage, so like really, you're golden. Where's a boy gotta do to get a D8 around here? Where's all my D8s? Did I put them up my bum? I don't remember doing it.
Too full of batteries.
Too full of batteries. That's going to be 19 bludgeoning damage on the first hit when it actually manages to slam a fist down on you. And then attacks again, which is going to be a miss. You're kind of winded from that strike. Indira.
Oh my god.
Oh, it hurts. It's a miss. Oh my god.
I quit
It's
forever.
a miss. Every strike doesn't pierce the creature.
You're a seeing not power.
I think you're gonna get.
Got some serial side eye then.
Yes, Indira gets back to the statue and just
Slaps it! Yeah. Gilwyn.
Oops, knocked it over.
You're seeing Indira struggling with the elemental creature. Unable to get a good strike against it.
I need that advantage.
You could reckless attack,
How's it looking with your guys?
I'm not gonna reckless attack when it does fucking 19
I
damage
got a
per
friend
hit.
So you
to
know.
cheer you up.
The elemental creature is clearly injured. The issue with creatures like this is, like, it's not organic. It's hard to tell how injured it is. But it's still got a lot of, constitution and form to it. It's not slowing down at all.
Okay. I'm just gonna swing 90 degrees and slice at this kobold next to Serena with my autumn blade.
That's a hit. That's a kill. He's like still biting onto Serena, and you're like, bleh.
And I'll move up also.
Okay.
Hit me, hit me.
Serena, do you say that?
No, I don't. Gilman will not say that.
Okay. Shame.
Serena
got
looks
hit.
down. Serena looks down at the corpse of a kobold that had bitten her tail and just says, "I hope you rot."
That was
and
the
is
kobold champion.
yeah, it's now very dead, and Serena hopes that it's going to get tortured in the Shadowfell for eternity, and is going to launch a Shadow Bolt at the Earth Elemental.
What
He's a hit.
9 damage.
Oh, close. It's a big hit. The blast sort of explodes against the side of the elemental, blowing cracks into the harsh rock sides of the
And
beast.
bonus action to maintain Essence Trap, obviously.
Kobolds, they're gonna run. They're running away. The elemental is going to swing at Indira and hit. For it's going to be 13 bludgeoning damage on the first attack, and when it hits again, just it's 15 on the second. And then it's your turn.
I'm gonna move to here. And now I'm gonna kill this fucking thing.
So we need to trap
It's a hit.
We have to kill it while the magic is going, right? That's
Yeah.
how you...
Yeah. But the magic is
Bless you.
going as long as I don't lose
Do
concentration.
you think you'd lose concentration if you had to sneeze? When
Bless
you
you,
finally
Cody.
get a good... The second one is a miss. When you finally get a good hack against a creature, the magic of your axe, it's kind of steaming, like actually cleaves through the creature much more heavily than it really should. It was if it was clay.
At least my fucking lightning damage is...
Yeah, your lightning damage is
Accurate
consistent, and it's too slow to be able to dodge out of the way of it. The lightning is licking up the side of this creature, cracking it, sending parts of it tumbling off. At this point, it's starting to show weakness. Areas of the body are starting to crumble and fall apart. It's your turn, Gilwyn Gallagher. Someone else's body who's starting to crumble and fall apart. Due to syphilis. It's the olden days!
Well, Kitten does not like syphilis.
That
Can't blame her.
Hang on. 1 second. Oh wait, no, I can stay there.
That last pun got me. That's very clever, because I didn't think it was a pun at first. I had to read back. Oh. They're telling puns in chat if you watch it on YouTube. It's terrible.
That does seem to be a pastime on the Wednesday. The Wednesday.
Yeah, do you know, on the Sunday show, people sit and they watch and they're like, "Oh, good job on that tactical move there, play," and then
and then here it's
This is all
and then
different.
here it's lol stone puns.
all right, Thunderwave. It fails.
Okay, this is at level 2. So that's 3d8, I believe. Yeah.
Yeah, you slam the ground with Thunderwave, and like chunks of it kind of fall apart even more, and weaken even more. It's pushed. It can't really be pushed away from you because Indira is kind of blocking the way. It could push you, Indira. I can't be fucked. Serena.
Guess what? Shadow Bolt. Yeah, no, Shadow Bolt goes wild.
Second time is not the charm.
Yep, bonus action, maintain Essence Trap.
The elemental is going to swing once at Gilwyn. It's a hit. It's going to deal 13 bludgeoning damage. And you know what? It's going to attack again at Gilwyn. She's also a hit.
That's a mistake.
Bring it on, pussy.
For 17 bludgeoning damage.
Sorry?
You're like, oh, is that all you got? 17 bludgeoning damage. And it crunches you again under its palm.
Where's the kind word, Dinky?
I can do this all day.
You've lost
All
your
right.
edge.
Indira.
Don't
Creature sort
bring the rock puns into the...
The Earth Elemental turns and is attacking at Gilwyn, casting magic on him.
Yeah, that makes me mad.
That was
It's a hit.
relentless basalt.
Oh my god.
That makes me really mad.
Save
Stop,
us!
You're gonna make me magma.
I lava these puns. I lava these puns.
Oh, I hate.
Doxy crap.
Yeah. She was.
Yes,
she's,
Doxy.
you're telling jokes, she's doing work.
Accuracy and power.
Those are
Gil, I'm gonna
great,
punch you.
powerful hits. The elemental kind of falls to one knee, and then that whole knee kind of crumbles away into smaller stones, but it is not yet ceased moving. Gilwyn.
Hey.
God damn it.
I know, it's so hard to make Dean react.
She pissed out. She looked at me and went, nah. I've had my screen time.
I'm gonna cast Dissonant Whispers at second level on it.
What do you say?
I go.
It fails.
I don't even know why that's so funny. It just...
Neither do I.
I just said an insulting thing in
And
rock.
as you cast your magic, the creature crumbles more and more to smaller and smaller pieces. The face that's kind of vaguely made up of the rock crumbles and cracks apart. And then as it like finally crunches apart, you see this kind of orangish brown energy just into the gem in Serena's hand.
I said you look obsidious.
We're gonna go on break forever.
Please don't. I want to go back to talking like Vale.